How China built an airport on a cliff by flattening hundreds of mountains. High in the rugged landscapes of southwestern China, where jagged peaks stretch endlessly into the horizon, building an airport once seemed impossible. The terrain is dominated by steep karst mountains, deep valleys, and unstable rock formations. Hardly the kind of place you'd expect airplanes to land. Yet today, aircraft touch down smoothly on a runway that didn't exist before. This is the story of how China achieved one of the most extreme engineering feats in modern history. By flattening hundreds of mountains to build an airport on a cliff. Imagine landing on a runway carved out of the sky, surrounded by towering cliffs, endless mountains, and steep drops in every direction. No flat land, no easy access. Just rugged terrain that seems impossible to tame. Yet somehow, China did it. This is the story of how engineers transformed one of the most unforgiving landscapes on Earth into a fully operational airport by flattening hundreds of mountains. In southwestern China, the landscape is dominated by karst mountains, sharp, uneven peaks rising dramatically from the ground. Building anything here is difficult. Building an airport? Nearly unthinkable. Airports require long, flat runways, stable ground, and open airspace. But in this region, flat land simply didn't exist. The terrain was so extreme that traditional construction methods were useless. But there was a problem. The region needed connectivity. Roads were slow, dangerous, and often cut off by weather. Economic growth was limited. Air travel wasn't a luxury, it was a necessity. So engineers faced a bold question. If flat land doesn't exist, can you create it? The solution was as ambitious as it sounds: reshape the landscape itself. Instead of searching for flat terrain, engineers decided to build it from scratch. That meant leveling entire mountaintops, filling deep valleys, and stabilizing massive areas of land, all at an unprecedented scale. This wasn't just construction, it was geological transformation. Plans were drawn, simulations were run. Every slope, every rock layer, every drainage path had to be analyzed. One mistake could lead to landslides, structural failure, or worse. The process began with controlled explosions. Hundreds of mountain peaks were blasted, cut, and shaved down. Massive excavators and bulldozers worked non-stop, removing millions of cubic meters of earth and rock. But flattening mountains was only half the battle. The removed material was used to fill nearby valleys, creating a stable, level foundation. Engineers had to carefully compact the soil layer by layer to prevent sinking or shifting over time. Drainage systems were installed to manage heavy rainfall, critical in mountainous regions where water can quickly destabilize slopes. Retaining walls, some towering several stories high, were built to hold the terrain in place. These structures had to withstand not just gravity, but also erosion, earthquakes, and extreme weather. And then came the runway. Precision was everything. A slight unevenness could affect aircraft safety. Advanced surveying technology ensured the surface met strict international aviation standards. Behind the machines were thousands of workers, engineers, surveyors, heavy equipment operators, working in harsh and dangerous conditions. High altitudes, unpredictable weather, and unstable ground made every step risky. Yet the project pushed forward, driven by determination and innovation. After years of relentless work, what once was a chaotic mountain range became a modern airport. A flat, functional runway now sits where peaks once stood. Aircraft can land safely. Passengers can travel quickly. Remote communities are now connected to the rest of the country and the world. What was once considered impossible is now routine. This airport didn't just change transportation, it transformed the region. Tourism increased, businesses expanded, emergency services improved, economic opportunities grew. It became a symbol of how engineering can reshape not just landscapes, but entire futures. Flattening hundreds of mountains to build an airport might sound extreme, but in a place where nature offered no easy solutions, innovation found a way. And today, every plane that lands there is proof of one thing. With enough vision and determination, even the most impossible terrain can be conquered. If you enjoyed this story of extreme engineering, don't forget to like, subscribe, and explore more incredible projects from around the world.